when I see you in the morning? Will you still want to be true? I can dream, I can dream that we'll see a brighter day.
And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way. And I'm alive, more alive than I've ever been your way.
In typical Keith fashion, I am here. Let me turn the audio down as it's a little too loud. Hello, chat. Did it change? I cannot tell if it changed. Okay. Did it change things? I cannot tell. Like it should have something different. I cannot tell. Anyways, oh, there we go. That changed on my video. So, no. Hello. Hi everyone. I'm doing good. So, if there's any interruptions or anything is scuffed, I apologize ahead of time. I am not at home. So, if I suddenly go radio silent, getting interrupted. That's it. Anyways. So, alright. I made a little bit of a note beforehand, just to keep myself on track, because otherwise this would just be very, very much a pain in the butt to deal with. I'm also apologizing freehand because my mic. I know it's horrid. Ugh. Anyways. So, you know what? Much as I love Dream State, I need something else. Dang it, I don't think I have anything. You know what? I'm not sure if it's copyright. You know what? We're just gonna go without music for a bit. Anyways. So, I just wanted to thank you all so much for hecking how quickly Last Chance has blown up. Like it's been a little over a day. Like about 4 hours-ish over, well, 3 to be exact. Screw all that, but so it's been like 3-ish hours over a day. Anyways, I'd say this is about the fastest one of my videos has blown up. But that's besides the topic. I just wanted to thank you all so much for the support on that. And I just decided that instead of recording, like I usually would, a behind the scenes or reaction to my animation, I would decide to kind of live stream it. And this time on YouTube, because usually I stream on Twitch. Go follow it if you haven't. I think I have it linked. Not sure. If you have any questions, FC Princess X, that's what I usually go by on anything. Anyways, I just realized my mic isn't probably picking up some of what I'm saying. That's a noof. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I could kind of go over some stuff here. I mainly wanted to kind of react to my own animation. So, let me actually switch. Let me switch it to this. Will it show? Hello. Thingamajig, you working? It should be working. Image. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. Okay, why is this thing being a stupid head? Okay, give me a moment. This is being scuffed. There we go. Okay. There we go. We're good. We're good. Anyways. So I kind of wanted to go over and react to Last Chance live on stream because, do something a little different every day. Anyways, yes, the live stream right here. Ay. I say ay too much. I need to stop that. So, let me just load stuff up right here. And up a video quality, because otherwise it's just gonna look like trash. And I don't want it to look like trash while I'm reacting to it. So I'm just gonna go over, kind of react to this first, and then I'm just gonna go and show you guys some bloopers and behind the scenes to what went into this. And also I'll watch this entire thing through and then add my comments in, because otherwise that just kind of ruins the immersion. So, and I'll just be muting, just in case, so you guys can also kind of enjoy what I've done. Because yes, I want to. Anyways, yeah, muting. I'll shut up now. I'm pausing it there since you all know my outro anyways by now, even though I've not used them that many times, but so as you can see, there's a lot that happens in Last Chance. And there's kind of a specific reason for this last final scene. So, for those of you who've read like the storyline I provided in the description, you like kind of see general storyline or my interpretation, filling in some points here and there of what happens in this animation. And as you can see, there's these last lines. Sat on the edge of the path, having fallen from Saber's pocket, was an old photo. An old photo of three friends who too thought he was dead. And as you can see, that's Lucas, Tootie, and Saber. And yes, I did do my own interpretation of what Saber looks like in the past. That's just my own interpretation. I'll be putting that like out later and stuff. So, but yeah, there's like multiple areas in this that are like, why did I not smooth this out with like the animation? Or just like kind of some plot holes that I tried to fill in. So, shut it! Shut it, laptop! It's sounding like you're dying. You're not. Anyways, so as you can see, with like the beginning of Last Chance, Light gets knocked out pretty much firsthand. I knocked him out, or had him knocked out, because, you know, can't have some characters in play. And plus, he was like just standing right there, so it's just like, bruh. Anyways, so Light gets knocked out, and then Time, who I have as a heterochromatic with his eyes and stuff, he like goes over to Light and practically is irked off at the first curse by now because Light's injured. And at this point, since the first curse kind of absorbed what Saber's magic was, I'm just saying it's magic for now. Do not quote me on this later. That's a plot hole which I still need a name. I need a name for whatever the heck it is. It's like the origin, but it's not. I have no clue. Moving on. Also, minor detail that I never really added in on the character was that the heterochromatic eyes on Time is mainly based on my book Solace, which is actually kind of interchangeable with Last Chance and Ready as I'll Ever Be. Well, Ready as I'll Ever Be kind of inspired Solace first, and then with Last Chance throughout that, I kind of implemented some new some of the storyline from Solace into this, or vice versa, like minor details and all that. So, kind of the idea is that this side of time-space is cracked. And for those who don't know the storyline of Solace, the reason why he has that crack is because of in my canon, when the portal closes after Saber, it fluctuates and explodes. So then the impact kind of cracked Time a bit. And it made him an amnesiac for a while. So he couldn't remember a lot of things. Anyways. And then you have the big baddie. in which I hate this walk cycle. It was so hard. Ah, never ask me to do a walk cycle. It's horrid. Just pain. When you see it in Ashite, my Ashite edit, oh boy, you can see just the unrefinedness of the walk cycle. Just pain. Literal pain. So, you have kind of the first curse right here, in which, the red looking on the first curse doesn't look exactly like it in my opinion. So, I did a little bit of a skin change for him, in which I changed his robes to be a dark navy blue. Mainly because A, color, I didn't like it. Too much red in the scene did not look good, in my opinion. And plus, the dark contrast of that blue just makes him look good. Makes it look good. But the gems, reason why I changed their color is kind of to signify the energy that the curse just absorbed. So, yeah. Also, unintentional in this section. Let me just try and play it through. When it comes up to this part and his eyes flash, that unintentionally matched the song. I didn't realize this until I was watching it over multiple times. That, I had matched it to the song. So, done. And then you just have me walk cycling there. Just, And I just, had that black screen transition purely so I could avoid having to do the walk cycle for that long. I can actually show how it, well, maybe. I may need to do some, post recording or something later. I don't know. I'll think that through later. But what I mean by some of the walk cycle, I kind of skipped having to do much of the walk cycle. With this, he's just bouncing last I remember. I don't move the legs. I hate moving anything below the torso. I hate animating anything below the torso. Full body is a pain for me. It's a pain to animate. So the main reason why I had this skipped to where he's right here is because I didn't want to animate. I didn't want to animate it. And also, kind of detail on why I kept his eyes this color was just because, it wouldn't really make much sense for his eyes color to change, in my opinion. So, and plus I didn't want to. Laziness of an animator at times. Also, one thing about the lip sync in this section is that it's completely for the wrong wording. Instead of "oh fools," he's actually supposed to be saying "ah yes." But it matched, so we're keeping it there. We're just keeping it. I was lazy on it. A lot of the text on the bottom was for from post editing, or just in general when I was just stuffing everything together as I went along. So, and actually, there is one thing. Come on. Give me a proper view of this thing, okay? So, similar to how the gems were, I had it so that when the first curse is ethereal markings right here, stupid thing, when his markings show up, the cracks also appear with it, kind of to symbolize a bit of the overpoweredness he now has and stuff. Because in this, Saber kind of had like a bunch of hidden magic or something. I don't know. Some there's some plot holes when I think deeper into it and stuff. So yeah. And then you just have time. He's just like, how am I gonna get out of this? Because he needed to get out of there with lights. Because light's injured. Light's out for the count. So, as you can notice, I did change like the pupils on this rig. I can barely tell if I actually kept this eye brighter than the other. I don't know. I'll need to check the fine details of that later. So yeah. I just kind of have like time calling on his like powers he kind of has from Galaxy ish, or from when he kind of split and was from Galaxy. So, and I guess the try me, the equivalent to me of just saying bite me. Ah, yes, those who know at this point. And who the fudge is saying what? A moment. Don't. Here. No. Remove. I'm just auto modding at this point. I don't really have a mod. Didn't know what it said, but it was probably something scamish. I don't know. Sorry in advance if there wasn't. Please use English in my chat. But yes. And then you just have the time sequence. There wasn't really much point in the storyline for this to happen. I did mainly kind of intend this for like to be matched with kind of song more is what I did. So awkward moment of silence. Somebody came in. Anyways, so the clock sequence, I guess I kind of added it in to kind of make it look a bit better, but it was also kind of just to, I don't know. I made it make more sense in the written storyline in the description, in which like Time's mind kind of just gets separated from reality for a little. So, also at this point, this one, what I was originally intending was for Time to get up and like walk to this thing, kind of reach out, and then the words protect them would come up on screen. But I didn't do that because at that point I wasn't really doing much effort ish. Or it's like I didn't put as much effort into some of these things. Because it's like I was already doing a lot, or what it felt like a lot, so. But meh. But yeah. So then just kind of Time. He's kind of doing this, which he's still in a bit of pain. Or he's just in pain. Because, yeah. And then you just have Elemental's hand and leg. Yes, that's supposed to be Elemental. In which he's kind of saying these words to Time. Kind of like the whole little section here and stuff. So, yeah. And then there's this arc. Now, this arc is completely related to Solace. It's not related to Rainbow Quest. Because there's not really any mention of Lucas and Tooty in Rainbow Quest, This is just my own. Because, oh, hello, Koji-san. Hello. I see you in chat. Anyways, so this kind of was mainly just purely based on the backstory I had for Saber and Solace, in which this is Lucas's house that I actually built. To be fair, I could do something else. Don't mind me, I was kind of sidetracking there. Anyways. Ah yes, the one part of this that will probably trip somebody or a lot of people off. The almost realistic knocking. I swear, I do not know or remember where I found that, but I used it. And it's like this knocking compilation in which it's just so realistic sounding. So kinda used it. I'm probably gonna find and say who did it later, because I wasn't really thinking on doing that. Side note, anyways. So you just have Lucas. I should have done something or kind of did a different skin for Lucas because I was kind of wanting to, but I didn't. Anyways, then you have Tootie. All credits for his skin goes to Aura and all, Aura E Glacier, because I really didn't have a skin beforehand, or I was just gonna use like his normal skin, I think, or his Reaper. Because I have a Reaper variant skin of his, which I actually use in one of the renders for Solace, but side note. But Aura actually had asked me, since I had posted like a concept art of what his outfit actually looked like in Solace, or like his common outfit. I'll explain the whole Reapers situation and all for Saber's backstory involving with Tootie later. If you want to read that, that'll be included in Radiance, which is the next book for Solace. Partially why I have it in the thumbnail is because it's related. And I didn't really have the cover for Solace saved for some reason. I think I overrid it by accident. But that's a side note. I could probably like recreate it, but it wouldn't be on the same positioning. But that's never mind. Anyways, so you have Tootie. He's knocking at the door. And then just Lucas being shocked at like Tootie being there. Because it's like Tootie doesn't visit Lucas often. It's like practically almost every 2 years ish, occasionally. Or like sooner. He doesn't visit often because he has his own life and he can't risk letting Lucas be found. In which there's a reason behind it. That'll be included later in Solace, I swear. I just need to really work on that like past backstory because it's like I know a lot of it, but I've not really hinted at it too much in my books. Anyways, moving on. So you have 2D saying, "That's all I know. The trail goes cold after that." In which he's just sitting in Lucas's living room, all that. The entire hinting behind this is that Lucas and Tootie both thought Saber were dead. In which, you know what? Spoilers for this. I kind of have it so that Saber, like, he has his own house, like, out in, like, the wilderness where nobody can really find him except Lucas and Tootie. Or those specifically who can know where he is. And, like, one day he kind of decided he was kind of sick and tired of being pent up and decided to kind of go exploring. But not in his world because that would have been dangerous. So then he decides to go to other worlds. I do not have Steve Saga canon in this. Partially. Partially I do. It's only because of the rainbow elytra. I only hinted at that. I only hint at the rainbow elytra in Solace that Lucas has a pair. Anyways. So after like Saber goes out and all that, he somebody from this organization, the Undying. I think I called it that in Solace. Undying or Saal is what I don't know. Something for later for me to double check on. So this a Saal member or Undying or Saal member found his place, and they kind of knew it was his, so they were looking around for him and trashed his place in typical fashion of any bad guy. Or I don't know. I'm not stereotyping here. It is. So Saber's house is like completely turned on its head. Everything's like tossed about, thrown about, all that to see if there's like any secrets on where he's hiding or any of that. So then the next time when Tootie and Tootie and Lucas like go out, because Saber hasn't written to them because they would send letters frequently to each other. Since he hadn't written to them in so long, they went out to his place to go see it, only to find it trashed and think he's dead. Because if an Undying member has found him, he's most likely dead. So, besides that whole tangent, Saber eventually ends up in the Sea Realm. That's how I have it in my headcanon. So after a while of Tootie looking into this entire situation to see if the Saal or the Undying had actually killed Saber or not, he's spent a few years looking around. So eventually, he got a bit of a lead in which the Saal didn't find him, but they didn't know exactly still where he was. So hence, the trail goes cold after that. And then you just have Time and Light appearing in Lucas's front yard. Because in order for Time to not be found by the first curse or tracked by the first curse back to all Steve's civilizations and the kingdoms, he teleported to an entirely different world and dimension. Hence why he decided to use his galaxy powers. And there's actually, as I had pointed out later with the Orange Steve colorless guard, Light's sword isn't with him because he didn't have it on hand. Time, he had his sword. So that's why I kind of had Time's sword sticking up like that. And then you just have Lucas running out. This part I actually enjoyed because it looked good. And it looks good for what I did. I'm happy with it. Though kind of Tootie's head turn was a little fast. There was some areas I could have added some more animation into, like with Lucas here. Kind of a little stiff. I could have eased it up a little. But yeah, so, excuse me. Lucas is kind of just checking out. Oh, hello, DJ. Hi. So, Lucas is just kind of checking on Time and Light to see if they're alright. Because, like, what would you do if two random guys appeared in your yard? Like, with the magical circle peering under them and then disappearing. Like, there's gotta be something wrong with these guys, because they're both knocked out, and they're not human, obviously. Because, yeah. So, as you can also see, Tootie kind of starts to freak out at first. He's like, oh no, did this all find us? Is our location compromised? Or anything like that. But then, kind of, Lucas, for some reason, which I'm not saying yet, Lucas knows they're Steve's. So he just says that to alleviate Tootie's fear of being found. And also, I swear, I unintentionally made this guy look like a bean. I made him look adorable, which was not my intention. Not my intention, but I'm rolling with it. Like this. Like, let me just pause it. Right here. His eyes are so wide. Just bruh. Also, the lighting didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to for this, so. Yeah, there was some lighting that didn't work as well as I'd wanted it to. And then this section. No relevance to the entire animation at all. I just added it in because I did not know what to put in. Don't you just love those points in which you don't know what the heck to do? Because it's just like, bruh. It's just so annoying at times. Don't mind me, I'm just checking. I'm not even sure if I could have my mic. Like, can you guys hear me? You guys aren't really talking that much in chat. Yeah, never mind. But yeah. So yeah, clock, completely no relevance to the entire animation. I just added it in to make it look good. But if you wanted to add some sort of theorizing, it could be just time. Just something related to time, Steve. It's fine. And then there's this section. I'm actually proud of how much like animation, like movement I overlaid with this. Cause like as soon as I got to like by the time Lucas hops over the counter or his counter and runs out, by that point I was starting to like up the animation quality. Or like how much of like smoothing of the animation I was doing. So, but yeah, there are some things that are kind of a little rough, but as you can kind of see, there's M. He and our green leader is kind of taking care of him at the moment because he just like fainted and hit his head. He passed out. So of course he's gonna have a bit of a headache, especially because he just had this vision, which is not typical. Very not typical. Anyways, so you kind of have those two interacting. Time, or what am I doing? M, he kind of just sits back up after Green later does some of his energy powers magic on him. Don't you love it when you just roll down the list? So he just tries to heal M as much as he can, or just trying to make him feel in a better shape. And then you have Professor looking to Violet Leader and shaking his head, and then Violet Leader kind of sags his shoulder. Kind of the idea was that, like, Violet Leader asked Professor Red a question about what the heck M said while he was passed out. Because he said something, which I'm not saying yet. So, have that. And then you have kind of like Indigo in the background. He's kind of frustrated and stuff. Like, quit moving. Quit moving. he's kind of frustrated because he doesn't know the language that M was speaking in. Neither he or Blue would, even though technically him, I think Blue, and Professor Red are like some of the oldest in this. I don't know. I'll check my things later, but that's kind of who I pinned the knowledgeable ones on. So, and you kind of have just Yellow sitting off to the side. I kind of just decided to give him a bit of a more spotlight because I wanted to. And it's like, you know, everybody else is interacting except Orange. I never moved Orange an inch. I did not animate Orange Leader at all. Like, I just did not. It's hilarious because I did not. I just didn't feel like it. And plus, he's just staring out the window. What movement would he be making? He's not really looking anywhere. And by the time, like, the Orange Thief colorless guard comes in, he's off screen. He's off camera. You can't see him. So, yeah. But I kind of like the overlay of the animation I did here, in which you just have like Blue Steve and Indigo trying to figure out. And Indigo's just doing that one weird hand motion thing you would kind of do, like when you're trying to think things out. So that's kind of why I added that in. So. And then while he's doing that, Blue just looks to Yellow and shakes his head. And then Indigo just saying, neither of us know that language. And again, Orange Steve, or Orange Later, not moving a muscle. Because I did not animate him. I didn't really know what to. Because it's like, what would he be doing? He actually was supposed to be with, like, these two originally. Was what I planned. So, like, he was supposed to be in this group with Indigo and Blue. But then I just decided, you know what, screw it. I don't want to add another face rig in. So I'm just going to make him look out the window. Because too many face rigs would lag out my projects and all that. Too many assets and stuff. Because already I think I was lagging a bit on this project here, or this section. So. And then shortly after this, you have the camera transition to the lightning. I actually kind of like that lightning because it looks good. It looks like actual realistic Minecraft lightning. Though I feel like I could have added a little bit of some sort of glow to them, or to lightning, but it looks good. It looks good as it is. Anyways. So, and then you have this thing. Actually, what I had done is that I had split the project here, or just before it. Actually, when it transitions to the lightning, that was a project split. And I used characters. I reused characters. I believe, which one was it? That's supposed to be the green leader. And then I had, that was originally Professor's character that was originally in the scene. I think this one was Violet. And then, why am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting character. No, that was Orange. Or, no. That was Violet. That was Orange. I remember now. But yeah, it looks so much hilarious. So hilarious when they are with the colorless guard scenes. Because it's like not typical at all of the characters. And then that was supposed to be M or reused M's character for this this orange colorless guard, in which I have a name, but I'm not saying it. So yeah, then you kind of have with this scene, Indigo has a little bit of motion. I did not move Blue because I think you kind of see him for a moment. I don't know. Wait, no, you kind of do. You kind of do. But yeah, you kind of have Indigo moving. I didn't really move Blue because, like, he's off camera. And then you just have a yellow leader looking disoriented. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. The iris kind of looked wonky in this scene because the lighting was a little wonky. I reused the lighting, the exact lighting I had in first chance. Not first chance. That's pretty as Jeez. So yeah, I reused that. And then you have the orange colorless guard saying Captain Light and Lieutenant Time have disappeared. Or your leaderships, and yeah. Oh, perfect frame to stop it on, because there's a little bit of a minor detail that you can barely tell in this. His eyes are a bit of different colors, and that is intentional, because one thing is that this eye is technically supposed to be yellow, and the other eye is orange. So I call him a heterochromatic, which is kind of a cool little name I put in again. So hetero again. I'm not sure if like my mic's picking up on things. I'll check it later. If it's not, rip me. Anyways, so you have this. And one thing that annoys me the most about this is the sparkles. They aren't bright, as they should be. They just look off. I kind of had to make the eyes brighter in order for it to look good on the face rig, so. Anyways, so you have that. And then you have the whole monologue here, or whatever it's called. This, I think I changed the color or the gem at this point. I don't know. I kind of had a bit of a different look to the gem later on, just to make it look a bit better. And also, one of the things about this scene is that majority of the leaders aren't there because they went to go take care of the colorless guards who were injured. So, well, majority of them. I don't know. You just have this character with the with Light's sword, in which he's kind of just explaining what had happened, because I, in legitness, did not want to animate the colorless guard facing off against the first curse's armor. I did not. So yeah, as you can kind of see, green is missing. Blue is technically there, I think. Yeah, I think I left blue in the scene. Blue, orange, and violet are still there, but you can only see violet on the screen. So technically, green leader and green leader went to go take care of the colorless guard, while Professor Red and M went back to the Red Kingdom to take care of M. And then Indigo went off to go pour over some books to find out what the heck that language M spoken was. So, and then of course Light's not there. So kind of the situation where I have the yellow leader kind of just placing his arm on his character's shoulder is to kind of comfort him, because he went through something very traumatic. He saw half of his battalion taken out, destroyed. And this guy is kind of not used to that. So, and then you have Lucas and Tootie. They've just taken light and time into Lucas's house to kind of just let them rest and take care of them. So yeah, and then you just have time kind of waking up. That was just mainly a filler. In reality, he would not wake up until a lot longer. So after this, he's just gonna pass back out. So yeah. Also, one of the things that I don't like is that 2D's motions in this was very stiff. I did not put the proper things when he was looking to Lucas. So yeah. And then you have the final scene. Saber Gang locked in the Unname's armor. Or the Unnamed armor. And yeah, I just added those things on his legs and arms just to kind of give the indication he's being held up by something, so. And then you have the first curse using his magic, his power, to put Saber in that armor, cause yes. This, I actually kind of like how I animated, because it looks good. And I finally got that arms behind the back position to look good. And then we end up back at the end with the photo. So, oh yeah, this is kind of like an entire AU and stuff, because it's like, there's not really much. I've used some of the canon storyline, but for the most part, a lot of this is getting based on my story that I've been writing in Solace and Radiance, so. In which I also have a name for this series. It's called Fallen Flames, I think. So, I'm gonna quickly show some of the bloopers right quick, because I actually need to go. Like, really need to go. I may make a follow-up to this later, but for now, let me hunt down the bloopers. Because I swear the bloopers are one of the most hilarious things ever. And also I can kind of show off some of the other things. So, okay. Let's take that one. Where's some others? No, there's others. Okay. Where is it? Ah! Okay. Let's just make a temporary folder. I should have done this ahead of time. I really should have. And place that one in here. So then when I pull stuff up, it can do properly. I don't need that one in. Yeah, I'm keeping that one, but that's for something else. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not bothering right now. So some of the bloopers I won't be able to show, but for the most part, I'll be able to show these. Language. All right. The main part of this that I really just found funny, because Light's face was not shown on this at all. Let me pull up the. That's one more numbers. It's not what I want. Okay. A picture of them made me cry. Yeah, that's kind of typical. It was mildly censored. Marie! Okay. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. Maybe. Let's just... Can I see that want to work? Can I see that want to work? Ah! This thing is annoying. Come on. Ugh. Okay, you know what? Screw it. We're changing the background on this. So there. I just had Light making an angry face. That's one of the bloopers I added in. I can't remember what section it was in. But in one of the first projects in the scene with the first curse, when Time's looking back at the first curse, I just have Light making an angry face because he's not on screen. So you just have that. And then there wasn't really much else, I don't think, in blooper wise. Well, besides this. I have this named You Got Any Games on Your Phone because that's kind of what I was thinking of when I saw this. This was like very early on when I was making it. So this is sadly where I'm gonna have to end it. So I mean, I don't think there's anything else. So yeah, I had all the cookies. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah. Anyways, so let's just hide that and show off this because yes. Anyways, I will definitely make a follow up to this. Oh wait, I forgot. Okay, I can actually show off one thing. I know that because it's just in a different section. I remember. Where is it? Ah yes, no brim tootie. When your Minometer thing kind of just does not want to render things properly with the transparent. So yeah, that's just that. That's just no brim tootie. Then I accidentally made him look sad for some odd reason. I just find. Then I made him look sad. Just bruh, the mean is sad. Like this is the reason. It's like I made him look so cursed, yet so adorable and like just with minor details. So yeah. And then I just have Time looking like this. Looking like, as I put it, he looks like he's drugged. Not intentional, but when I was trying to make him open his eyes, I got this frame and I couldn't help but take a screenshot of it. So, yes. Then this is gonna be kind of hard to see, but I just have this saved as a blooper because I was taking a render for somebody else and stuff, and I am keeping this as a nickname for Lucas, Lulu Horsey Boy, because it's just funny. It's just funny for me. I love when I name things at times. So yeah, I think that's everything. There wasn't really much else. So let's get this back to the elemental. Give me back the elemental. Oh, my Irene Max. Those animals be hitting there. Ay, ay, ay. Come on. Stupid thing. Schmollen. The struggle of making things too big and reusing things. Hans. Come on. Okay, this is just gonna take a moment. There we go. Finally. Okay, we're just gonna. Oop. I'm trying. This thing be not wanting to resize properly, and I just put that thing off camera. Ugh. I accidentally put that off camera. Or anything. What? Okay, come on. You know what? Besides that, anyways, I need to go. So, and to answer the poll on who the color of the scar is, I have him named as Grace, and that's where I'm leaving this. So, bye.